If you ever wanted to build a TikTok channel but made it automated, this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own automation channel on TikTok by using make.com, Blotato, Cloudinary, and OpenAI. And this automation can be applied to any business. So if you are a nonprofit or church and author, or just a content creator looking to put your idea out there, you can use this automation. First of all, before we go ahead, you will need an account with TikTok. You will need an account with Cloudinary. You need an account with OpenAI, and you need an account with Blotato. Blotato is a platform that allows you to basically post to different social media platforms, but save you the time of having to just do this individually and like manually. So Blotato gives us the opportunity to be able to post to over 20 different platforms. It costs about $29, which I don't think is a bad price. It's actually good. You can find a link in my channel if you want to go sign up with Blotato. But let's get right to it. As you know, on Genesis Flow, we build things from scratch and we teach you how to build automation. So let's get right to building this. So we're going to start here by creating our creative prompt completion, and I will leave a Notion document, a link to a Notion document here, so that you are able to get the prompts and everything that we are using. And by the way, for this system, I mean, you could use GPT 4.1, but for this, you really don't. I will recommend just using the latest 4.0. It's cheaper, and it will save you some funds. But we will wait for that to load, and we're going to choose assistant, and the prompt that we're going to use, as I said, I will leave this in the Notion document, and you can go ahead and just copy and paste that. So this will generate our image prompts. The next thing we want is, when that image prompt has been generated, we need to be able to extract the image prompt so that we can feed it to the next model after here. So what we need is, we need to do the transform text to structured data, which allows us to give our data definitions, and we can extract parts of the things that are coming. The model we want to use, we can use the 4.0. The text we are parsing is going to be the message content from the previous model. And the prompt that we need here is, we're going to copy that prompt. All of these will be in the Notion document, and you can find it in the description here. So this is the prompt that we will need. We need to extract both the outfit description and the prompt, and we need to add data definitions. So since we're extracting the image prompt, the description for that, we can find in here. Our data type is text. Value example is going to be that. Okay, so the value example is basically like what similar thing that's coming out of the text, the transform text structure data. So that's what we need. And then we need to add a second data, which should be the outfit description. So for this one, we need, for the outfit description, we have our description here. Now you say, why do we need an outfit description? Well, when you're posting to TikTok, you have the opportunity to be able to, like, basically add a description about your post. So this is what, that's why we need this. And all right, everything looks good, and your parameters needs to be required. So after we get the structured data, we want to pass the image prompt into the generate image model of OpenAI. And what we're doing basically is telling it to use the GPT, the latest image generation. It's a little bit expensive, but I think it gives you a better result. And you can use the DALL-E model also as well. It will give you a good one. I just prefer the latest module. And the prompt that we need is the image prompt. That's what we are going to use to create the image. Now, once that image has been created, what we need is somewhere to store that image, because our Blotato application won't allow us to just publish directly to like publish the image that's been generated from here with directly to TikTok and as we know, Make does not have a TikTok model, so this is how you can post to TikTok using Blotato. But we need a Cloudinary account, and we're going to upload our resource. So what we're doing is we say, hey, Cloudinary, we want to do a base64 encoded data URL that's coming from the OpenAI, and we want to take that file, and the file type that's actually coming is the PNG file. And Blotato actually if accepts a JPEG format to be able to post to TikTok. So I'm going to show you how you can solve that problem. So our main type is going to be PNG. The resource is an image, and you want to leave everything else like that. And then once we, I don't know why this is still going. This should be okay. There we go. Once we upload the resource, we want to get the resource from the cloud. So basically, you want to pull it. You want to pull that image URL. So we use Cloudinary again, and we use get the resource. So what resource do we want? The resource type is going to be an image. The type is going to be upload, and then we will, what do we want to get? We want to get the public ID of that data, which is actually the name of the image file that's stored in Cloudinary. And then the next thing we need is to be able to transform that image into a JPEG. So we will use our transform a resource model. I'm gonna go over that. I think I did that really fast. But go to Cloudinary, take the transform a resource model, and basically what we want is we want to the resource type is an image. The public ID is going to be the public ID from the get resource Cloudinary model, and then the type is going to be upload. The extension is going to be JPEG, and you are going to find this transformation image into so the instruction that we want is, hey, we want this format to be in JPEG, and the auto and the weight is 1080. So that will create the URL for us. Now, the next thing we need here is to be able to set up our Blotato. Once you have, you obviously need to go to Blotato, register and create your API, and you will have your API key. You can copy your API key. So for this part, I'm going to just be able to, I'm going to show you what you can do. So we will need to set a variable, and what we need is we need to set multi-variable, because we will need the TikTok ID after you've added your ID in Blotato, like connected your account to Blotato. You will be able to basically get an ID from Blotato, which is that ID will be used by Blotato to upload your image to your TikTok account. So we need two variables. We need Blotato API key. API key. And the value you're going to find from your API value. So you can basically copy your API key and paste it in there. And then we also need a variable name. Another variable, the second variable that we need is going to be the TikTok ID. Underscore ID. And for that account, so you won't be able to see these because you're not able to see these because these are my live API key and Blotato. But once you have those two, we're good. We need those two variables. And then what we want to do is to be able to make a HTTP request to Blotato to be able to upload um, the image to Blotato. So we want a HTTP request. So make a request, and the URL, you're going to find the URL in Blotato, but you can also just copy it from here. We're going to make a post request. The first header that we need is going to be Blotato API key. And we're obviously getting that value from here. So we need that. And then we don't need anything for the query string. We need a raw body type. The application content will be JSON. And then our request content is going to be the URL that we're getting from the transform data, which is going to be where we're getting that from here. This URL, that's what we're uploading to Blotato, for Blotato to take it and upload it to its own to TikTok. So we're going to save that, and so we're making that HTTP request. The next thing we want is to be able to set another variable, which is so the next thing we need is to be able to transform our outfit description to a JSON. So we will use a transform to JSON model. So we're going to do JSON, and we need transform to JSON. And literally what we need is to, the only thing that we need here is this text that's coming from the structured data. So collapse these, image generation, and outfit description. So we need this description. And then the last phase is actually another API. We're going to make another HTTP request to Blotato to post the data to post the image to TikTok. So we make a HTTP, make a request, and we need this for a post. We are making a post request, and in the header we need the Blotato underscore API key, and the value is coming from Blotato API key. Our body type is raw. JSON application is the content, and this will be linked to this request content. I will leave in the Notion file, but the text, now this here is basically a post format from Blotato that we can use. So we're using JSON here. So the text is going to be the text that we're getting from this JSON string. The data, the media URL that we need is going to be this guy here. The media URL is coming from a minute. So I think what I'm going to do here is actually what we would do is run the data first. Let's run this. I'm going to unlink this part, and we're going to run it so that we can get the data from here. So this is going to take a minute, so just bear with me a little bit. Okay, so welcome back. That was successful. So what we want to do here is, so we have our data that's being uploaded to that's been uploaded to Blotato. Now we have our JSON string here. Now we want to go ahead and make that second HTTP request. We have our Blotato key. We have this. Now what I was lacking here is, I don't know. Yeah, see this, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. We needed this URL. That's what we wanted. All right. So with that, the automation is actually completed, and I'm going to run it one more time, and we're going to wait for the result. So this is the TikTok page that we created. As you can see, I only have 3. Let me refresh this so you can see. I only have 3 posts here. So I actually want to be careful because I don't want this to be flagged as an AI stuff. I literally created this yesterday and for this tutorial, and I'm actually going to turn this into a niche for myself. So let's go back and see what we got here. This is the longest part of the automation. And hey, once you have this activated and put it on your time frame and whatever time you wanted to upload, you can literally be able to set it to process at a specific time, and boom, everything just uploads to TikTok. And if you even want to go further, you can integrate Leonardo AI, their API, into this and kind of create your own video and motion stuff. And by the way, I'm going to create something for us here. Hey, look, it looks like we got an error. So let's see here. Message unauthorized. Okay. So let's check our API here. This is why I love building from scratch, because it helps us to be able to debug a lot of stuff. Let me see here. Et voila. It seems like that was successful. Let's go ahead and see if our channel got a new outfit. Refresh. And look at that beauty. Look at her. Like literally, look at her. Isn't that awesome? Like, this is AI, bro. This was created by AI and everything worked fine. And there you go. The link to this Blotato will be in the description and you can find it there. Go ahead and sign up for Blotato and you will be able to post to TikTok using make.com. I think it's the perfect way to post to a lot of platforms without you having to worry about like getting more models or paying for the current TikTok stuff in here, because the only TikTok, yeah, like this TikTok repo, TikTok audience, without having to go through the TikTok developer and be able to build the developer app and all of that. This is the perfect way you can create a TikTok account and automate it using make.com. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.